What's up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. January 12th. Here we go. What's up, guys? So January 12th is the day after my birthday, so I feel like this is Nintendo giving me a little birthday present. I'm cool with that. I'm loving that, actually. So what is January 12th? If you're living under a rock or you're not really sure, this is the date that Nintendo has said, like, we are going to come back with more information in regards to Switch. So I basically wanted to do a quick video here, if I could, to talk about some things that I'm hoping that they talk about or show us January 12th. So here we go. So obviously, the games. To me, that's what Nintendo personifies, is all that stuff. I want to see the games. I'm hoping, I mean, obviously we're probably going to see some more Breath of the Wild, which I've seen enough Breath of the Wild. We can move on from that. I don't need to see anything at all. I'm done. I'm sold. I'm buying it. Move on. We don't need to see no more about it. But this new Mario game that was teased, whether it's a reality or not, like, I would like to see more. Even if it's just basically a title. Even if it's saying that it's not going to release until holiday 2017, which in my heart of hearts, I believe that's the way it's going to go. The Mario Kart DLC. I really feel like this. I feel like we are getting new Mario Kart 8, a definitive edition, basically a port, but we're going to get all the DLC that was in the Mario Kart 8 version on the Wii U, but I think we're going to get more stuff too. We're going to get some upgrades, some new tracks, some new characters. I'm excited for that, and I really want to see that. I would hope that that hits that day. Definitely want to see some more third-party support. I want to see what games are really being made, ported over, all that stuff. I would love to see Squaresoft come out, or Square Enix come out and talk about a Final Fantasy 15 game. I want to see Monster Hunter on this thing. I want to see, I want to see EA come out with some sports titles for it. I'm really hyped for the games, and I can't wait for the games. That's probably the biggest thing for me, is what games are coming to this thing, because I really want to see. One thing I would like to hear talked about, and I would probably like to see, a lot of people are talking backwards compatibility, and obviously you're not going to get that because it's disc-based, the Wii U. These are cartridges. The 3DS games are saying they're not going to go over because of the cartridge size, but personally I would love if the Wii U games were digitally backwards compatible. So essentially you basically link your two together, and anything that you owned on your Wii U, you can basically just download through the eShop automatically into your Switch and go, like day one. That would be awesome. Now, I'm not talking third parties, but I'm talking like if I could take Splatoon over there, if I could take Mario Maker over there, if I could take Pikmin 3, or any of those games, if I could bring them along with me, I would love that. And I really look forward to hopefully that happening. Price. Obviously, price is a big factor here. Now, let's be honest. If Nintendo comes in with a $400 price tag, will I still buy it? Yes, I would still spend $400. I think it's a mistake if Nintendo comes in at $400, because there's not a lot of people like me. There's not a lot of people that are just going to jump at $400 and go. I feel like the sweet spot is $299. So $299, $300 essentially. That's the place that Nintendo needs to be with Switch. If it comes in higher, you're going to have people, same thing that happened to the Wii U, where people were kind of hesitant and just waited. They basically were like, well, let's see if it does a price drop. Never did, other than the $50 originally. Never dropped again after that. Let's see what games come. And the problem is that Nintendo needs people to buy this immediately to get the third-party support, to get the third-party games on, to get more people to buy this. It's just a vicious cycle that has to happen. Nintendo needs to come strong with this. I've heard rumors of $250, and I think that's, if it comes in at $250, holy cow, home run. They won. You know what I mean? They're going to sell 1 million of these things day one, easily. But I don't see it being $250. I think you're looking closer to $300, honestly. For me, I want to see different skins. I would love if Nintendo tapped into what people are doing right now, like they do with the 3DS. Whenever a 3DS comes out, they have multiple color versions of it. I wish they would embrace that again. They did it with the GameCube and all that stuff, and they did it a little bit with the N64, but the GameCube was big. Same thing with the Wii. Like, I have a red Wii, and I wish that they would just embrace that a little bit more and just say, like, here you go. But the other thing is, like, the Joy-Con controllers. Like, if they really made some specialties on those, and like maybe if they just sold them separate or whatever, that were like different ones based on games, I would love that personally. Like, I would love to have like Bayonetta or Shovel Knight or whatever character on there. It would be just amazing, honestly, for me. But I want to hear them talk about, and I'm not really sure they're going to, but I would love for them to talk about different colors, different schemes, and all that stuff would be amazing. Touchscreen, you know what, to me, I don't care if it's touchscreen or not, honestly. It doesn't affect my life either way. I would like to hear them just talk about it, to basically put a hush on the internet. Basically, if it's not there, just say it's not there. Don't not talk about it. Like, talk about it either way. This way, people can, if it is touchscreen, people get excited. If it's not touchscreen, then people talk their trash and move along. You know, but it's, to me, it's basically like, I don't care either way. It doesn't matter if it's touchscreen for me. I don't care. But I want to know, is it or not? So we can just move on with all this. And then the last thing I feel like they have to talk about, obviously, like specs. You know what I mean? Like, they definitely need to talk about specs. That's neither here nor there. And I guess with specs, you're basically looking at like battery life. We need, again, to quiet the internet. There's a lot of grumblings that it's not going to be a minimum 3 hours. For me, anywhere from 3 to 5 hours is ideal. You know what I mean? I don't play my 3DS on longer spurts than 3 hours. I've never played it longer than 3 hours. And if I do, I got a plug next to me and I plug it in and go. The gamepad, I basically put an extra battery in it. And that, you know, honestly, like the gamepad, I put in many hours with Splatoon. And with the extra battery juice, you know, when I first had it, that's why I went and bought an extra battery, because when I first had my Wii U gamepad, like, I was getting like 3 to 4 hours and boom, that red light was coming on. I have to plug it in to play. So for me, you know, when I upgraded, it was perfect. You know, and I would get like anywhere from 5 to 7, 8 hours, give or take, depending on how much I was playing and what I was doing. So to me, it's no different than the gamepad. Like, I feel like you need to have it like where it needs to be in terms of like, this is the strength of the battery, here's what it's going to do, this is where it's going to be. But anywhere from 3 to 5, I think, is okay for me. I know a lot of people might get upset, might get mad. Anything less than 3 hours, I think they have a problem on their hands. Seriously. And I think it's a big mistake to be less than 3 hours. So hopefully they're working on a couple of these things. Even if they say like, hey, look, this battery is 3 hours, but you could buy a bigger battery and it lasts you anywhere from 5 to 7 hours, I'd be fine with that, and I would upgrade the battery immediately. Wouldn't really have a problem either way with me. Last thing I just want to know is like, is it, and I'm assuming it's not, but I also want to know like memory cards. What are you using? What are you not using? What sizes are available that we can buy? All that stuff. Like, let us know. Like, there's rumors it's 128 is the max. If that's the max, that's fine. 256, like, them things are going for $200 to $300 a clip. So that's a bit pricey for a memory card. So 128 I would buy all day long, because they're not that bad. I think they're like 40, 50 bucks. So I would easily buy one of those and not even think twice about it. So that is all. What do you guys think? Do you agree with anything I'm saying? Do you disagree? Whatever. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you want to see talked about January 12th? What's your biggest, most important thing you feel Nintendo needs to talk about on January 12th? Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, at Nintendo Gurus. If you like this, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. That is all. See me later.